very strange things going on with the theme today. Couple little spurts and stops and sparkles and sklarkles and sparkles. Hey everybody, it's Dirk. It is April the 15th at 5:02. Welcome Bashers. Welcome all you Bashers. I'm a couple minutes late because I've been playing with my kazoos. Courtesy of the show. I'm basically working on some new super chat ideas because they called him Scotty Love. So far, my favorite one is the red one. I got red, I got green, I've got blue, I've got purple. The Melly C kazoo for sure. When she gets, I'm gonna do personalized little things for you guys, and I've been working on the Scotty Love one. I got these today. They were supposed to come here yesterday, but I got them today. So my idea was this tune that Paul was humming. I was like, what is that tune? And he told me what it was. I'm not going to say what it is on the show. So I started recording it. I got a little bit of it done and a little bit of a film for the super chat thing and all that stuff. But anyway, there they are. They were like little cheapy things that I got on Amazon, but they're cute. Kazoos. I never put a kazoo in my mouth ever. I never, ever did it. I'll learn how to do it. I know you just hum into them and they make that sound and all that stuff, and that's just fine. It doesn't require any kind of. The only thing is you actually have to. I guess it's okay for me because I know how to sing, but you really have to be able to hum in tune. But I started this little thing, a little with like horns, like using it obviously as like a horn sound because it works on a little membrane. I've never touched a kazoo, never had one. No one ever gave me one. I never had one as a child. I've never had a kazoo in my life. But I noticed that these are aluminum, and I noticed that you can see like the hammering marks on them. So they're made by something or somebody. I don't know. Not made in China. It says made in Texas. That's kind of cool, right? Some Texan kazooing. How excellent is that? Oh, he'll be here. Okay, now I notice that StreamYard is acting stupid, which I don't like. Because I just went to click on No Drew B from Dean. Well, you worried about moon watches? Look who does. Look, I don't even have a watch on. What should I put on? How about that? Why don't you guys Speedmaster? It's Speedy Tuesday. Hold on. I was gonna say, what watch should I put on? I'll put on the Speedmaster, obviously, because I'm an idiot. Because it's Speedy Tuesday. I think Omega needs to do something exciting to get us all interested and make us all feel better about our Speedmaster show every Tuesday, even though we don't just talk about Speedmasters and all that stuff. As long as it starts behaving like a normal program, I don't mind. But maybe because I had my audio program on, I had Final Cut Pro up, maybe it's mad at me. Put a Stuttgart is in it. Number one. Good day, Bashers. What watch brand do we not talk about on the show? I mean, did anybody see? I'm going to take a little credit for a Sheen show the other day because I watched that show and I told him, "Oh my God, John Hamm's got a new show. They do a Patek Philippe commercial. They show you the dimensions and it's amazing. You got to watch this thing." And he did a great review on it. Very exciting. They talk about the 5711 and later on they have the Richard Mille, and he breaks it all down. It was if watch it, you can thank me for the germ of the idea because I was like, oh my God, Asheen, look at this. That video's acting stupid. You know what? I'm going to be right back. Give me 1 second, Bashers, dearest ones. I'm going to be right back. I have no idea what that was, and I apologize. I lost a bunch of Basharisti in the process. I just restarted Chrome because it was acting really weird. I was pressing things and doing things with the camera, and it just didn't work. My apologies to you all. It happens in the world of live TV. It's live. What can you do? Pro Stuttgart is in there at #1. Good Day Bashers. He got. I'm all out of tunes, so I got to start writing. I got to start working on some new tunes because everybody's getting whatever they got. So it's time for something new. #2, Dave Fahrenheit 451 is here, and he upvoted #2. I think he's laying back and just making sure all the Bashers get what they're due. Right? I'm sure. Congratulations, Pro Stuttgart. Sounds very old school. F1. Can I say that? Can I just say that that Brad Pitt F1 movie looks like a big pile of doo-doo garbage? I watched 2 trailers and it looks so crap. It looks like a video game. The stunts don't look good. The racing looks fake. Everything about it looks glitzy glam. I don't like it. It looks bad. I don't know if it's a bad movie. I don't know. Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what life is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, yeah, thanks so much. Yeah, I was able to encapsulate a little bit of Speedy Tuesday into the theme of the graphic novel that's going on with Mr. Vellum and his creepy creeps. Ken Furby's here. Hello, everyone. Pushed and Dave are heading for world domination. Dave's already there. He is Mr. Vellum at this point. He's... Congratulations, chaps. Upvoting and subscription are essential, of course. Right there, down there, right here is the upvote. If everybody's here, they could do a little upvote. It would be wonderful, 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 wonderful. Joe LaFaro just sent a super chat. Who's that, Dave? Who's that, Dave? Who's that, Joe? Who's that, Dave? All my guys that I know are in the older enough place to remember this. Mr. Joe LaFaro for Kazoo's made in the USA. Oh, let me get to that soup. Let me get right there. Let me get right to it. Of course, Andrew Welkowicz was first with Canadian $5 working till 5:30. Enjoy the show and become a Patreon if you can. Don't stress yourself out. Just relax and bash. Just do that. That you thought the bell was annoying? Oh boy, just you wait. That's gonna be so damn annoying. And for Joe LaFaro, let's give him a kazoo. Let's go. Pick a song, Joe LaFaro, and I'll do a kazoo. Not to be confused with the Great Kazoo. Do you know it's the Great Gazoo? You and me both, baby. We thought our whole lives it was the Great Kazoo. It's Gazoo, the Great Kazoo. I found that out not so long ago, and I was shocked by it. I always thought it was a great kazoo. So, Joe LaFaro with $4.99. Dean's like, that's worse than the real bell. Hey, you ask for it, and you get it here on the iBashers show, where it's your show. I just host it. I knew that was going to be 10 times worse. I'm like, the kazoos. And you know what's funny? Because I'm such a musical weirdo that I'm picking up different ones thinking they're going to be in different keys. Like this will be a B flat. And no, they're all the same. You just hum into these stupid things. Some of them sound better than others, though. Anyway, I'm working on a tune. It's in Logic Pro. It'll be in Final Cut. I'm not going to just continually do this to annoy the crap out of you all. I'm actually recording a couple of little toony tunes for the super chats and other things with other instrumentation, like wherever there would be a horn section or something stupid like that. And I'll play with the volumes and the sound so it's not so coarse and horrible. But it's a pretty horrible thing, these kazoos. Who knew they were so fucking annoying? But hey, that's why they call him Scotty Love. Kazoos. I want my kazoo. And you know what? He asked for it and he gets it. Steve Mac 3. Do you want to know 2 things that happened, Steve Mac 3? So we lost Clem Burke last week and a half ago from Blondie. And that was a big thing. And my friend Marco Ciccoli, who I've known since St. John's University. I only went there for a year because it was free because my mother was a librarian there. And I was on to other things. I had already been in Anthrax, and I had already, when I was 15, and I had rehearsed at the Jamaica Music Building. I met this guy named Marco Ciccoli at St. John's. We hit it off like a house on fire. He's an amazing drummer. And he goes, you're a singer. Come on down and play with my band. I went down and played with his band. It was covers. It was not anything like, we're going to be a band and we're going to conquer the world. None of that was happening. So I went down with him and, you lose track with people over, but then to the advantages of social media, we've been friends, talking. He went on to become the premier liaison for DW, Vic Firth Drums, lots of different drum companies. And he died yesterday. And Les Binks died yesterday. Les Binks, for all of the people out there who don't know, is everybody's favorite drummer from Judas Priest. He only played on 2 records, Stained Class and Hellbent for Leather, or Killing Machine, depending on where you're from. Very sad what's going on with the world of drummers right now. Clem Burke, one of my favorite drummers, and Les Binks, my favorite drummer from Judas Priest. And yes, R.I.P. Les Binks. And it was so weird because my friend Marco had written this whole tribute to Clem Burke, who he had a working relationship with. And he knew every drummer in the business. If you were a drummer and you needed sticks or cymbals, he was the guy that got you that, got your endorsement, signed. He was the guy. He introduced everybody to everybody. I don't know what happened to him. I don't know. But rest in peace, my beautiful Marco Ciccoli. You were the Grappa man. We loved you, man. And also to Les Binks. But crazy that you mentioned that. Yeah, Les Binks. And most people won't know who that is. They know who Dave Holland is. Listen, Judas Priest are like Spinal Tap. They've gone through a million drummers. John Hinch, Simon Phillips, and then Les Binks, and then Dave Holland, and then finally Scott Travis. It's how many drummers have they had in total? I think that's it, right? I'm not missing any. You guys know better than I. Renaissance. There are worse things in life than death. Have you ever spent an evening with an insurance salesman? Salespeople in general, I don't find relatively attractive in terms of friendship. People who are in sales. No offense to you if you have that gift, because I don't. I'm very shitty at trying to sell somebody stuff, and I don't like it generally. When you walk into, like, get a car. Hey, I see you had your eye on that 93 Toyota Tercel. Not really. You walk into a music store, like, you know what, man, I could sell you everything. Every time I walk into the Apple store, I always sell something, because some lady from Topeka goes, I wonder if that'll pair with my iPad, and I'll show her how. I'll hear it, and I can't help myself. I'll show her how to do it. Well, that sounds great. Or I want that MacBook Pro. I'm like, you don't want that MacBook Pro. You don't want that MacBook Pro. You want that MacBook Air. I will convince people to not spend too much money, which is why I'm the worst salesman. Or don't get a new one. Here's what you got to do to fix that computer. Blah, blah. Got to get a heart. I'm the worst. But anyway, salespeople. Yeah, it's tough. Not that there's anything wrong. It's a gift. Being a salesperson is a gift. It is. I don't have it. Time is nature's way of keeping everything from happening at once. Ooh, that's deep. Julian, my God. Except if you live in the parallel universe. Renaissance, I took a speed reading course and read War and Peace in 20 minutes. It involves Russia. I took the Evelyn Wood speed reading course when I was about 17 or 18. I took that. I'm a very quick and I think I use it. It is where you read not everything. There's key things and phrases and words and prepositions and things that you grab. And I don't know that I don't do that. I don't know what I do, but I am a very quick reader. I read probably 3-4 books a week. I read a lot. Not that makes me a smart person or anything. It just means I read a lot. Makes you know stuff. What you retain, I can't tell you. I also tend to read stuff that's more interesting to me, like your life story. I'm not really interested in reading fiction, because the creative side of me wants to say, why in the hell did he use the pickaxe when he could have just used the shotgun? God damn it. Anyway, but it's interesting. Involved Russia. That's really, really funny. I don't believe in an afterlife, although I'm bringing along a change of underwear. Wouldn't it be so shitty though if there wasn't one? I'm not saying plus or minus on that thing. Growing up as a Catholic person, you are taught that there is, other religions have some do, some do not. Some people think we go on as energy, which sounds like the most logical thing to me, because when everybody dies, that comes back, and people are clinically dead. I think you're not really dead until all of the brain activity just slowly seeps away. But everybody seems to see the white light and the stuff, and it just sounds like an acid trip to me, which to me sounds like you're not getting any oxygen and blah, blah, blah. And you're seeing all this great stuff. And then who knows? Who knows? It's impossible to think that all of that stuff, even when a hard drive is no longer working, that information is on there, right? So it's a very interesting concept. And the only movie I've ever seen where people went and came back is that movie Flatliners, which was, of course, utter bullshit. My mother always said I was a very cheerful boy until I was 5 years old, and then I turned gloomy. I like the word gloomy. It's funny. I taught that word to Rose. She's German. She didn't know what the word meant. And she goes, what do you mean by gloomy? And I'm like, gloomy means it's gray and dark and perhaps rainy and wet and damp and cold. And you just don't feel positive about anything. Everything feels like it's coming in on you. The only way I could think of was you just feel like you're covered by a blanket. It's not a good feeling. Gloom. You're thinking that things are going to happen to you. And, they might. And she's like, I like gloomy. We don't have a word for that in German. Well done, Proust says, panel power. There are 6 pussies who were shot high up in the atmosphere, not even low Earth orbit. Which one is Katy Perry? I could have done that, right? But it wouldn't have worked with my little storyline. I was watching a little bit of it, but the launch took so long. And, they go up, they hit the Kármán line, they bounce around for a little while. It's a total vanity play. I am a person who's extremely interested in space exploration and science and all that stuff, and it's just a luxury rocket that they're going to go up there, and everybody goes, "Oh, I went to space." It's fun for rich people. It's kind of shitty, and who's the next celeb that's going to go? They find out what the Kármán line is. Ooh, the Kármán line. Ooh, I'm in space now. Yeah, barely. Seems like such a load of crap, that whole thing. And it wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't him. Looking at the cats preparing to go into space, I hope that doesn't turn to a catastrophic boom splat. Hey, listen, man, it could happen. That poor beautiful family in that helicopter crash. They were only 900 feet above the earth, and none of them made it. I mean, if that could, it hasn't. SpaceX has a lot of failure. Their failure rate's pretty good. It's pretty bad. That Blue Origin thing. It seems very simple. It's very cool the way it lands, though. I have to say, there's cool technology involved with it. I don't have a problem with that. I just think it's really stupid that, what? How about let me go? Here, I'm saying it officially on iBashers. Jeff Bezos, right? Anybody who watches iBashers, I'd like to go, and I'd like to do it for the show because I want to go to space. I know a little bit about space. I'm sure I know more about space than Katy Perry. I don't know about Gail. She's a very, very smart person. And I used to love watching Gail's show until they woke the crap out of it, and then it just got unwatchable. I used to love CBS Mornings. It was one of my favorite shows, and then that scoundrel of a person joined the panel, and I was like, I can't watch this anymore. It's like a propaganda machine. It was horrific. How in the world did they let that I'm not even going to go into it. It made me so goddamn mad. Mr. Ken Furby, Katy Perry's a genius. Yeah, she's cute. Who doesn't like Katy Perry? She's adorable. She's beautiful. She's talented. She can sing. She writes good songs. I find her to be incredibly innocuous. Is that so bad? She doesn't offend. She doesn't excite. She doesn't excite me. As far as some people, I just caught this new guy. Anybody ever hear this guy, Benson Boone? I'm sure I'm super late to the party because, as you know, I've got my ear to the zeitgeist. Not in the slightest. I probably have my ear ever so slightly closer to the zeitgeist than maybe Julian, who hates pop music, which I mostly do too. But this guy came out, and I saw this performance he did at the Grammy Awards. He's a young guy. He's a singer. He got on American Idol and immediately quit because his TikTok exploded, because that's what happens with kids these days. So he quits, and he's already a star on TikTok. He just played Coachella. I mean, this has happened for this guy in a year. God bless him. I have, I'm not jealous at all. Oh, there's a green one too. Anyway, he did a performance at the Grammys. He's sitting at Jennifer Lopez's table. He gets up and he's got a suit on. He starts singing this pretty song, very, very pretty voice he's got. Then two comedian ladies come and they rip off his suit, and he's got like a Freddie Mercury style kind of pale blue catsuit on. He gets up on the stage, he does this big rock number, jumps up on the piano and does a somersault. Excellent, talented guy. No auto-tune, no Melodyne. It was really good. And the song was really great. And I liked him. Anybody ever hear Benson Boone? I like him. I think he's pretty damn cool. I liked him. I didn't have a problem with him. And I have a problem with a lot of pop music because it's all fake. And I'm an old curmudgeon now. I'm just like, well, we did it so much better when Barbra Streisand and Neil Diamond got together and did a duet, or when she had that thing with Donna Summer. That was just beautiful. Two lovely ladies who know how to sing. Kevin Landon, number 11 today. Greetings to Dirk and all the Bashers who have the right stuff. The right stuff. Backstreet. That wasn't the Backstreet Boys. Pre-Backstreet Boys. That is the New Kids on the Block. Why I took my nieces. I don't think Michael went. I don't remember, to go see them at the Garden. They were huge. Watching live today, for all of you over in Europe, did you have the New Kids on the Block? Because you had to take that, and we didn't. Whatever I said, whatever I didn't mean it. Because I want you back for good. Want you back. Because I want you back for good. I love Gary Barlow. Love him. Beware of the Cat in Black. Yes, beware of the Cat in Black. That's something you're watching. You are understanding how it works. The beautiful Melly C. I don't have this. Hold on. Purple one. I didn't know that you have to massage the membrane or it won't work. Melly C. Hey, Dino. Mart and Bronson, happy Speedy Tuesday to all the Bashers and you. A photo. It's so great to see you in the room, Mart, and the beautiful people. Ray, you had the Thunderbirds. Now here's the Cosmic Cats. That's a great title for a new comic strip. The Cosmic Cats. Did kids like comic strips anymore? God, I think about the stuff that we had when we were kids that was so much better than what kids have now. They have all that shitty animation. We had Hanna-Barbera, and we had such good stuff. Warner Brothers, all that amazing stuff. And now it's like, I don't really know if it's any good. I don't know. I'm just clicking on all the emails for today's Gallery of Bashtards because I had to close the program. Because if you close Chrome, it closes Gmail. I do not know why. And I got everything. That's it for today. Good. Joe LaFaro. Hi, Bashers. Hey, Joe. Hey, Joe. I hope it's Speedy Tuesday. I expect an appearance from Drew B. By the way, Drew B, I love you so much. Thank you for my new coffee. I haven't ground it up yet, but I will do that. Today is the day I will ground. It looks and smells delicious. I don't know what it tastes like, but it looks really great. You're the best. Thank you for sending me coffee. That's very, very kind of you. Andy M is here. Good evening, sir. Wishing you and yours only good things. That is our one and only Andy and partner of the incomparable Melcy and daddy to Mork and Mindy. To Mork and to Mindy. Thank you so much for that. Our harmonicas next. Harmonicas, that's a real talent. That's a serious talent. Everybody's having fun with Dino because he's becoming like that. I don't like moonswatches or kazoos. It's one of the great Basher moments. It's got to be the Drew B. Dean moonswatch bag. I'm just sorry. Well, I find such humor. He hates them so much. That's good stuff. Andy M says, "Good evening, Dean. I'm naked too." Hey, whatever floats your boat. Oh, you were not wearing a watch. Well, I am now. I put on the Speedmaster. I was like, what watch should I put on today? It's Tuesday. What am I, an idiot? Of course I have to put on the Speedmaster. Good evening, Melly C and Andy M. And he changed his thumbnail again. Now he's in a very fancy. He's got a fast car. He's got a ticket to watch the Bashers. Yeah, baby. No watch for me. Put one on. Can you put one on, beautiful lady? Our friend from Greece. Good day to all, Vasilios. And now we know what a handsome guy is, what he looks like. Isn't that incredible? Yeah, look at it. Joe LaFaro just sent me. I'll send it to you. You can't see his email address. I'll show you a picture. This picture, which is great. I don't know how many people know or watch the Flintstones. It should have been everybody, right? It's one of the greatest shows ever. You gonna go? Yeah, there he is. He was the gayest space apparition there. He's like, you dum-dums. They'd be like, Kazoo, where are you? And he'd be like, you guys are interrupting my sleep time, my beauty rest. How dare you? The only gayer cartoon character than Kazoo was Snagglepuss. It's the gayest. Exit stage left. Aye. You know, it's funny, like these writers and people back in the day, they thought they were getting away with all this stuff. And I could just imagine some snooty queen was like, well, I never. Get her. Oh, brother, I don't want one of those plastic things. You give it to Andy M. These are metal, though. These are anodized aluminum. How about that? Look at the craftsmanship and the quality. Made in Texas. Look at that. These are hand. Look at that. You can see the hand hammering. You can see the hammering on this side. And then you take the thing. You take the cap off. I learned everything about this. There's a diaphragm in there, and then you screw it on. I'm just so used to being able to manipulate notes. Instead of, listen, you hum into them. I didn't know that. I honestly didn't know. Mr. Fitzsimons is here. Evening, Basheristy. Great to see you. David, great to see you. Oh, look how far behind I am. Technical difficulty. Yes. Sorry about that. Yeah, listen, Google. It's live. It's bad. It's crazy. The Gallery of Bashtards is going to be overflowing, I'd say. Well, you got a couple in there, my beautiful one. I'll go faster. Scotty Love, 19 and present unaccounted for. Look at this. Look at this plethora. Look what you started, you messy boy. You messy boy. Look at that stuff. And these two. Look at that. I got tons of them. I got six. I got 6 kazoos. Kieran is here. Calatrava, 96. Nice. Not to be confused with the Great Kazoo, right? Up da Rasputin, says Panel Power. Up da Rasputin. That's worse than the real bell. It is. It's terrible. It's terrible sounds. I didn't ask for it. Who asked for it? No, Scotty loved it. I've had it up to the kazoo. Blowing your own trumpet has come to this. Yeah, well, it's better than that bell. They used to drive everybody crazy, including Laverne. She hated it. You can get a better sound out of a blade of grass. Probably. Maybe I'll get a washboard. Remember people used to play the washboard? That was a thing in one of those country bands. Keep off the grass. Keep taking opiates. Please don't take opiates. If you play Judas Priest backwards, it sounds better. Bill Hicks, did he say that? God. That only fuels people like Oisin O'Malley who have, a perceived elevation of musical taste. He doesn't like Judas Priest. He likes Maiden, though. I'll give him that. He likes Iron Maiden. Or he did when he was a kid, and he grew out of it to Chopin and Liszt. Poke. Poke the dragon. That's why we're friends. We're like an old married couple, and it's hilarious. It's Dirk. You're so American. Speed reading. It's a real thing. I'm not saying that I glean all the ideas out of that shit. Anyway, I was talking about his thing, about the John Hamm show. It was a terrific little video he put together about that. And I hope he doesn't get in trouble, because I was going to do a little bit, and then I was like, Apple's going to come after me. I own everything that they make. And that opinion is changing because, everybody's stocks are down. My stocks are down. Your stocks are down. You know whose stocks are up? Apple's. Because, no tariffs on iPhones. Because my buddy who came to all those guys were all at it. They all hate his guts, and they were all at his inauguration. That's like me going to a party thrown by the Dragon Lady. That's not going to happen, right? Money. Money makes the world go round, the world go round, the world go round. That clinking, clanking sound. Money, get a little money. It's just ridiculous. I used to be very good at selling upmarket dummy rolls, aka toilet paper, or as you would say, toilet roll, right? Oh, you took Evelyn Wood too? It was fun, right, Joe? It was really fun. I remember that because I was um I was an advanced reader in Mrs. Vecchio's class. She loved me because I used to take these things called. I bet you did too, Joe LaFarbe. Did you take the SRAs? Remember the SRA test? It was like reading comprehension and grammar and all that stuff. And I used to because I loved it. So I would bust through that, and I'd always get gold, 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 gold. And she was the one that told me. She turned me on to that. She said, "You read so much. I noticed that you read so much. Why don't you? Have you ever heard of this?" So I did it. Like a year later, it was pretty cool. I bet you do remember that. Bet you remember the SRS. I sold toiletries to upmarket hotels and restaurants. That's a little bit different. You're selling necessities, toiletries for hotels and restaurants. They need to put soap and shampoo and conditioner and cream rinse, as I love to say, in the hotel rooms. They need that. That makes sense. But let me tell you why my moisturizer is better than moisturizer, because it's the Haute Elegance de Jour Super Restorative Day Cream, broad spectrum, SPF 20. It's really great. Look at how soft and emollient it is, right? Look at this. It goes on so soft. And, you put it in your T-zone. You can put that in your T-zone, people. This stuff smells like a rose bush. It's really beautiful. But that I get, but like selling people stuff they don't need, like, hey, you need a hair tonic, or hey, you know what? I noticed you got flyaways there. Why don't I get you this hair tonic, or snake oil salesman, those kind of people. People aren't a car salesman. They cheat. You don't really want that. Don't you want to be able to pick up the girls? This convertible over here, this cabrio is going to be exactly what you want. It's like there's a Seinfeld episode that talks about all the stuff that the salesmen talk about, undercoating and all the stuff. It's all bullshit. Just to sell. People love to upsell. Like when I was a bartender, the management used to try to get me to upsell the liquor. Now, over what was I there? 25 years at that one place, and I had 3 managers there. One didn't give a toss what we did, and plus the super premium market hadn't hit yet. And then the next boss I had, she was really into like movies. She got into all the hot new stuff, elevated because all the super premiums were out. And she used to, sit down and talk about how we could turn the margarita into like a higher quality margarita and how we should upsell to get it there. She didn't pressure us into it, but she, taught us the art of how to do it. And then I had the last one who just, I don't ever think I ever saw her there. She did nothing. So, and then the restaurant closed. Shocking. You will not die as long as you are remembered. Well, that's what the Jewish faith is mostly about, remembrance. And I don't believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't believe in the Jewish faith there's heaven, the concept of heaven, but the remembrance is the big thing. Stones on the headstones, and having foundations in your name, keeping your name alive, which is what nobody else does. Like Catholics, we make a grave marker, and then that's it. If you don't make your name on the, if your name's not on the side of a building or a charity or something to remember forever, and those things now are for sale, which really freaks me out, because like I think of Avery Fisher Hall, which is part of Lincoln Center in New York City. Now that's one of the preeminent performance venues of the world, where the Metropolitan Opera is, and the New York State Theater, and of course Avery Fisher Hall, which is now David Geffen Hall, because he gave them $1 billion to move the fountain and fix this and fix that. I'm sure the money was very well spent. I'm sure it was. However, what about Avery Fisher Hall? Well, it turns out he's been dead so long, his remaining heirs were like, sure, we'll take the money. Doesn't that suck? Or unless you're Bernstein or one of the great scientists or the great artists of all time, that you'll be remembered. For us average Joes, I like the idea of having your name on something for people. It's nice. It's a nice sentiment, because for some people, heaven doesn't exist. It doesn't really exist. I'm not really sure. Rufus wants to know, have you heard of this Irish band Fontaines DC? Man, I'm hearing them everywhere. I want to know. I didn't like it. I know that the only way I knew about it is Lydia O'Malley apparently likes them a lot. She's young. It's part of her what the kids are into right now. Maybe I need to be turned on to the right thing. They have a song from a show theme right now. I think it might be, is it Mobland? Who does it? Mobland's theme. Let me see. Mobland theme song. Mobland soundtrack. Let's see. I think it was them. Let me see. I agree. I agree to this. No. Mobland theme song. Fontaine's DC. I was right. I don't like that song. Paul liked it. I didn't like it. I think it's a badly written show. And I think that Helen Mirren is overacting. I've never seen her bad in my life. And I think she's acting very, she's doing the Kark thing, you know. He's doing the Kerry thing. She's trying to do the real Kark, and she's a really hardened Irish woman. Yeah, and then that little shit grandson of theirs that's just a piece of absolute garbage, you know. It's crazy. Yeah. I don't know. That's the song I know. I don't know. I don't like. Maybe I'll like it. Maybe I will like it. I don't really know. But I know that the kids are loving them. The kids, it's hot with the kids. It's hot with the kids right now. Yes, who knows? Flatliners, good film. That was a cute movie with the whole Brat Pack were in that, right? Wasn't everybody in that back in the day? The pickaxe is more personal, one might say, intimate. It definitely says crime of passion more than the shotgun, right? I just picked it up and I'm waiting for somebody to screen cap that. I'm not going to be able to say this word correctly. Zolzentian's first circle got me from Dante's Inferno. Don't know it. I have seen the light after 6 Negronis living on the floor looking at the sky. That's beautiful. That would be pretty, right? How would you I don't have a guitar. Throw all away. Can you believe it? I would have just made that up. I've seen the light after 6 Negronis living on the floor looking at the sky. Cats in Space thumbnail, Pigs in Space, courtesy of Amazon. Can I make a statement here and you guys tell me how you feel about this? So I got sent a message, like a text message with a picture, and it was from somebody in my family showing me what somebody else in my family, my immediate family sent me a picture of what one of my cousin's kids sent. And my cousin's kids sent a picture of them, him and his buddy, with an AR and a dead boar. And one kid was wearing an Iron Maiden t-shirt. And they're standing over this freshly murdered by them animal with the big like hunter pose. Now, these are two total backwoods, trashy looking kids doing this animal shit and killing people. And then they take this pride picture, which in today's day and age, isn't that like grabbing a woman's ass? Isn't that just like saying, hey, they have a bunch of queers? To me, that should not be a thing that people are posting with their kill. Unless you're a Native American or a tribes person, or you live in the jungle and you don't have a fucking camera, you shouldn't be posing with this pride thing. And it's like he's got an Iron Maiden t-shirt. I was like, the Iron Maiden would tell you to go fuck off. Like, what the hell is that? Well, who does that? It was so hideous. Hideous. Am I wrong? I'm so wrong. I don't know. I don't think I'm wrong. I think it's horrible. You're lying. No. Blue Engine, the Gronies look like I say the whole thing. Everything Jeff Bezos does is phallic. The thing on the Amazon Arrow, the rockets, it's crazy. Roar of the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight. I was a hi-fi audio salesman. I was always interested in repeat business. Screwing people is anti-productive. I consider myself. I want to pick your brain, and probably Dean does too, and Drew B. So my plan, I got one from Drooby Doo. He just entered the Gallery of Bashtards. For going forward, I'm looking at a bunch of different things right now. I'm looking at getting my old Pioneer SX 780, but I'm also kind of toying with the idea of getting like I think it's a C10 or one of those old Macintoshes too, because that's always been a little bit of a fantasy of mine. So I think it'd be fun, and I'll probably pick your brain. Bezos has illegally tall hedges. He pays $1 million in fines per year. Isn't that great that you can pay $1 million in fines? Unreal. Roar the Tiger. I don't need any salesman to sell me audio. I can do it. Well, at one point, you probably couldn't, like when I didn't know everything and anything I do about Macs or guitars. In the beginning, people on their journey, you know what you might need one of them to say? Oh, you're not into vintage audio. Well, they might tell you, what, they've got this brand new company out of Latvia. They make the best damn cables you ever heard. They're made with beryllium spheres. Sometimes cash grab from the ultra rich to the ultra rich. It's just such nonsense. That's right. No expense spared on the iBashers. That's true. Well, listen, they're all little minor things. But, I watch a lot of the other shows and I'm like, I don't see anybody because, we're doing this Emmett thing show at the end of the month and there's going to be a couple of giveaways on that. And I was like, I love the giveaways and I know you guys do too. And I don't see anybody else doing that. Ever use Notebook LM to create an AI product? Ray 4964. I've not. You can upload one of your YouTube videos and it creates a lifelike podcast that you can even interact with. Amazing. It's so loud. Thank you for that interesting tip. I'm going to do a screenshot of this so I can know. Notebook LM. I don't know a whole lot about AI. I really don't. I mean, I use it on ChatGPT to generate my thumbnails. That's about it that I do. Massage the membrane. Sounds like something one might do with okay. Yeah, boy. Ray Heffernan once played me recordings of when he played Angels to Robbie Williams before he gave it to Guy to reread. Yeah, I know. Listen, I know that everybody really wants to think that that's true. And I wasn't there. I know that Ray Heffernan was the guy in Dublin, and I know that guy is a genius. But I've heard the original version of it, and yeah, it's considerably changed. I mean, everybody, of course, the Irish are like, that guy stole it. He didn't. He paid him for it. Like the other day, I was watching. I watch all those 47th Street Deal shorts for watches. The whole Mazal thing, and that's kind of, some of it's cool. There's a kid that I don't like. He's young. He's looking to just screw everybody. And he did this thing where they had this watch. It had a special dial. It was Rolex. And this guy didn't know. But because this guy remembered like 20 years ago, he screwed him out of a sale or something. They went in there and they screwed him out of 40 grand. And I was like, and then Oisin said, yeah, but that's the nature of the business. When people don't know what they have now. Ray Heffernan was probably a struggling guy and he gave him a couple of quid and it was probably good. His name is on the song now. He got the publishing. So he did renege on a deal. I don't know. I think if I sold a song and it became a big hit, we have a friend. We all have a mutual friend that was offered a small amount of money to buy one of their songs. And then they said they would take their name wouldn't be on it. And they turned it down, which I think was a very big mistake. I think they should have done it. But, I know. I've heard the original version of that. Anyway, is Naked Melly C in the gallery? You bad boy. Not for you. Not for you. Sorry, Panel Power. That ain't gonna happen. Blowing my own trumpet is how all my back trouble started. It's funny how that happens. Doesn't Iron Maiden usually burn the Irish flag on stage except in Ireland? No. Iron Maiden waves a Union Jack during their show. No. Why would they do that? Why would they do that? I'm sure, like most of those British guys, a lot of them live in Ireland. I don't think anybody in Iron Maiden does. I think Yannick Gers might. No, they don't burn. No, they just have the trooper. If they did that, I don't think they'd have any Irish fans ever again. Hey, Dirk and all my bash friends. Steve Mac 3, it's great to see you. We love you. Last time I took an IQ test, I only scored a 136. I'd say a few horses have escaped instead. That's hilarious. Yes. I didn't like them at first either. He's talking about Fontaine's DC. They're going, okay, we'll see. It's fine. Yeah, I didn't read that because it's a little crazy, but it's there. What can I tell you? True B Afternoon Bashers had to be here for Dino. You know what day it is. Oh boy. Yes, I agree. It's a big miss. It's a lot of stupid, except Tom Hardy. He's good, man. He'll never be James Bond because he's a fire plug. He's not elegant and graceful enough. He's in a movie. He's in a show with James Bond. Not my favorite James Bond by a stretch of the imagination, but he's good, man. He's like a silent film actor. He's like, he's good, man. I like him a lot. Joe LaFaro for Aver Fisher. Man, did you go to the Look-In when you were a kid? So I went to Catholic school, and when we went to school, we had this program for the arts, and they took us to Radio City Music Hall and Lincoln Center and all this great stuff. And we went to see The Look-In with, ready for this, Danny Kaye, a big star from yesteryear and a big closet queen. Anyway, it was fantastic. They showed you how theater works, and it was amazing. It was amazing. Joe LaFaro, let me see. Thank you, buddy boy. Why not? It's one day. So don't get so mad, Dean. We're all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars. That's a great line, buddy. Bog roll. She says, my wife is British. Once said to me, we need bog rolls. Yeah, I've heard that too. I said, what the hell is that? Toilet roll. Yeah. As a hi-fi salesman, the scene from Ruthless People is necessary training. Can't afford it? Fucking finance it. I know. It's true. That's what people do, though, in this world. Watch that new show, Your Friends and Neighbors. It's actually very, very, very good. It goes to show you about these very, very rich people who just have no idea what watches. And well, we'll see. It's only 2 episodes in. We don't know yet. We don't know. I'm finally curbing my case of gear acquisition syndrome. Yeah, that's not easy to do. I just recently found out that that Mercedes that Jeff was driving, his daily driver, is a serious automobile. I know nothing about that stuff. I know about like vintage old cars and stuff. New cars, they all look like eggs to me. They all look, wow, amazed. I did autocorrect. I can figure that out at this point. Hunting for food is well and truly allowed. I'm in favor. Never waste food. Eat everything. And Oz, if you miss the wild pig, it will kill you. Even if you weren't going to shoot it, it will attack you. Yeah. They're not going to eat it. Those 2 bozos, they're not going to do it. He still has the recordings. It's almost the same. He got $7,000. Yeah. It's not almost the same, though. I mean, it is. There's a couple of bits. I mean, as a songwriter, I would say, like, I also don't think that what's his face is stole from Marvin Gaye. Yeah, it's the same song redone for sure. It's a better song. Well, maybe it's better because we know it, but I think that Guy Chambers is an incredibly talented guy, and there would be no Robbie Williams without him. There's no fact. There's no doubt of that. Kevin Landon says, Dirk, may I suggest a summer replacement for Watch Fashion, please? How about Watch Thief, please? Where you, Sheen and Michaela review episodes of the new John Hamm show and the watches. I like it. We'll probably do that on the show. Like I said, Watch Fashion, please is not on hiatus. It's just that when there's something that comes up, we'll do it. It's not never been a weekly show. It's been what it is. Ray still wants $26 million. Yeah, well, he blew it by signing a contract way back when that said, I'll take $5,000. A contract is a contract is a contract. In hindsight, because did he ever think that the least talented guy? Don't forget that in Take That, it was, those 2. I think that the only 2 people that were considered singers were him and Gary. And the other guys were backup dancers. Right? For the most part. He was the one that got fired. He was a mess. He was a tabloid folly. No one ever thought that guy would dig himself out of the gutter. He's like, can I buy that song from you? He had a bit of cake left over from his Take That adventures. Sure. I mean, don't do that the next time, Don't do it the next time. It's crazy. It's crazy stuff. Rufus with a $2 super sticker. We'll just do that today, and I'll never do it again. But I am making some fun stuff. Watch Lock film with Tom Hardy, just Tom Hardy. He did a movie. Was it called, like, I don't remember the name of it, but it was James Gandolfini, and he was like a bar back in a bar. I watched it on a plane, and I remember going, Oh my God, Tom Hardy is great, man. He is terrific. Love the new John Hamm show. Look, me too. It's a great show. It's really cleverly written. I read all the reviews. I don't read reviews when I don't like something. I read reviews when I like something because I want to see what people think. And it's so far so great. And good for him. He deserves them. Ray's original recordings are funny. They're both so pissed. Doubt you heard. I did hear them. I did hear the one where they're in a room and they're drunk. Though the parts played in the film. Yeah, I didn't see the film. And I haven't seen Better Man either. You know, I mean, I think I'm over that. I just don't. The whole documentary thing. No, I heard I think I saw it on YouTube where they're just like in a room with an acoustic guitar or piano. I forget what it was. I heard it years ago. And they just sound like they're drinking and smoking and wishing and thinking. Hey, Sharon is in the room. Hello, beautiful lady. Great to see you. Hey, Melly C says hi, Sharon. Robin's Bird. The Drop. That's it. That was the movie Robin's Bird. That was such a good movie. I highly recommend that film. That was an intense movie. And I was like, oh, James Gandolfini. Oh, great. Click. This is, I think, I don't remember. It was but before James Gandolfini died, maybe. I don't remember. But I watched it on the plane and I was like, oh my God. Really, really great movie. I can't believe you remembered the title of that. Unbelievable. Melly, hi, says Sharon. And now it's time for the Gallery of Bastards. The Gallery of Bastards. Send me the shots, the sublime, the absurd. The Gallery of Bastards. You share them with me, and I share with the world. And how great is it to have Jim Lassick here? He just sent me an email. The beautiful, the handsome, the talented, the wonderful, the guy we love so much. Look at him. And there he is looking great on his architecture. What is that thing? What kind of an apparatus is that? Is that some kind of architectural measuring thing? Or is it just a really great probe? Look at that. Unbelievable. Woof. With his yachty looking great. That's the one you want, isn't it? That is the one you want. It's the one that you want. The one. Ooh. Jim Lassick in the room. Amazing. How are you, Jimmy? So happy to see you in there. So great. Thanks, buddy boy. He just came in. I played it first only for fun. I'm going to go backwards today. How about this? Oh boy. We're in trouble now, kids. Ladies and gentlemen, the arch nemesis of the very own Dino, starring Drew B. and The Mission to Mercury. I only know that because I have one. You know what? I wear it when I don't want to get robbed. There it is. The Mission to Mercury. Mine doesn't have a bezel on it, though, because it fell off. Unbelievable. Great shirt, by the way. Can I just say that? Great. That's just for you. It's Tuesday. He dreads Tuesday now, which is insanity. Thank you, Drooby Doo. Amazing. Drooby Doo, where are you? Gotta catch that villain. From Chris Boyd, is a continuation of the other day when we got to see Poppy and her brand new friend Arthur having a great time, enjoying that beautiful UK weather. Amazing. Look at that, you cutie pies. Hello, babies. Carolyn Martin has not named the puppy yet. It's just Puppy McPupson right now. So it's going to happen. She's going to do it live on the show. I asked her if did you really not name it? Did you really not name the cat? Oh, look at this. Is from Ray Ray. Hey, Ray Ray. Here's Gene's reaction. Man, does he hate this. Yeah, outstanding yacht master. That's the one. I know the guy that the pulmonologist assistant that was helping out with my mother-in-law who passed away. This is a really great guy. We were working on getting him a watch. I don't think he got it yet, but he wanted the blue dial, which I was like, you really want the blue dial? I don't know about the blue dial. I mean, it's nice, but I think that's the one. I think if you're going to get a Yachtmaster, it's that one. What do you think? I think that's the Yachtmaster to get. Somebody asked me the other day, Bob, we don't talk about a bunch of brands on the show. And it's like, you're probably right. And no one has ever really brought up IWC on the show. They're not watches that, that I would want. I think they're beautifully made and they're high quality pieces. And if anybody wants to, I've read enough about them. Oh, you like the blue dial? Dean likes it. Somebody was asking me about IWC, and I was like, yeah, I appreciate them, Big Pilot and all that stuff. Yeah, they're cool, Portuguese. I get it. It's never been on my hit parade, and maybe I'm just being a little bit selfish. If anybody wants to, if you've got an IWC, if you want to talk about a particular adventure or wish list, if that's on your hit parade, let me know. There was a couple of other brands, but that was the one that I noticed that people talk to most. You have the blue dial. Okay, there you go. That's very cool. This is Ray Ray. Look at this beautiful horse. Is that a Clydesdale? I guess it is, right? With that hooves. Amazing. That is incredible. What a beautiful beast, Ray Ray. Absolutely incredible. Yeah. I've seen the rhodium more than I've seen the blue. So there you have it. I'm sure, right? I'm sure that has a lot to do with it. Here's some more from Ray Ray. Look at Ray Ray's on fire today. He's on fire. You're on fire. You're on fire. Hey, kitty cat. Who's this guy? He's a wildcat in Ireland. He's the one that chased all the snakes out. Right? Look at him. Oh. Yeah, I know, Joe. That's how it got prompted. You know that, Joey Joe? I sent you an IWC last week as a new possible grail, and I was like, I don't like that for you. And you know what? I don't. I have a couple and I'm always tempted to buy another. That's funny. It's like I just didn't like I have this vision of more, you know what it is, those watches, you're a masculine man, and I think of masculine. That's the one thing about those watches. I find them to be kind of in the middle. I don't know. I'm not like lots of brands, obviously, Hublot. There's a lot of brands out there like Gashuta, which to me are like IWCs. But there's a lot of brands out there that just have never tilted my wig. And while I appreciate them for their horological, endeavors, I've never been a big fan of them. I know that there's a big, and they're affordable. They're not crazy. Well, some of them aren't. But then again, like Lange, I would never want one of those. They're too thick, too deep. They're amazing. You got to go like, oh yeah, it's like you just have to applaud that for what they are. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but a lot of people, that was the impetus. People like, yeah, you never talk about IWC. Well, one, I don't have one. Maybe if I had one, I'd fall madly in love with one. But if anybody wants to, Joe, you want to feature some more of your IWCs? See, you like the IWC. Yeah, it's beautiful. They definitely are. It's just never really done it for me. But that doesn't mean anything at all. Just because it doesn't do it for me. Joe, why don't you give us a couple of shots of your IWCs? We can start fawning all over them. Maybe, sometimes that's all it takes. I used to hate Rolex until I saw the Milgauss and I went, oh God, that's the one I want. Oh, look, you're following the kitty cat around. What is this kitty? Look at that beautiful wall, that ancient wall that's been there for centuries. Look at that thing. Amazing. Look at this kitty. Cat knows you're watching it too. What is this cat's name? Whose cat is this? It's Pete's cat. Right. Don't fuck with that cat. It's Pete's cat. Look at that. Look at the face that cat's making, like a devil face. Wow. I'm loving this. Oh, now he's looking out to the sea. How cute is that? Amazing. Look at this guy. Look at the devil himself. Who is this cat? Tell us everything about this cat. We want to know. We want to know. We want to know, yeah. Where am I with this? There was the Ray. Here's Steve McLeod of the Cloud McLeod. Jim Lassick, $4.99. Cheers, Dirk and friends. The tool in the picture is a scale for estimating lineals on blueprints. Look out. Look out, Mr. Man. I'm going to give you something real because everybody's tired of my kazoo action. That's really just for Scotty Love, So here you go, buddy boy. I'm going to give you cowbell. Thank you, Jimmy. We love you. Great to see you there. When you learn what you have to do to set it, you won't get it. When you learn, what does this mean, Scotty Love? When you learn what you have to do to set it, you won't get it. Oh, IWC. You're on the IWC thing. Yeah, no, I just got a bunch of emails. People like, you never talk about IWC. I was like, I don't really have. I never had a reason to. You know. Yeah, I mean, they're beautiful. There's no doubt about it. I know you're probably right. I don't talk about a lot of brands. I guess we've talked about all the big ones, right? We really have. I don't talk about Richard Mille either, because that's crazy. Look at this amazingness. Wow, that is crazy. Look at that thing. That's the color of that is amazing. Amazing. Look at that. There's one of your Ansel Adams jobs. Beautiful stuff, man. Beautiful framing. Oh, as always, gorgeously done. Huh. Wow, you are really, really, man, you are really becoming something else, man. Wow, beautiful photography, man. Absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful stuff. The perpetual. Yeah, that everybody was talking about that. And then everybody was talking about the Vacheron too, right? That looks like an etching is right panel power. It does. Beautifully, beautifully done, man. Great stuff. Thank you, Steve McLeod of the Clan McLeod. Speaking of art and our resident artist in residence, it is Julian, otherwise known as Renaissance. More clowns, more pagliacci. Pagliacce, I should say, if it's a girl, right? Oh, look at this, more clowns. This is crazy. Look at that with the clock. That's very appropriate. Amazing. Oh, look at this. It's all clowns today. How amazing is this? Was this a series or were you commissioned? And there's nothing wrong with commissioned art, my friends. I say this all the time. Michelangelo and Da Vinci and all those guys, they all worked for the Medicis or the Vatican. They were artists for hire. They just happened to do beautiful work. You think about the WPA, you think about Hine, you think about Diego Rivera, and you talk about Diego Rivera's murals in the Rockefeller Center. They were deemed politically incorrect and they were covered over. Thomas Hart Benton, Paul's favorite artist. Look at all the Pagliacci. Wow, this is amazing. Look at this stuff. Wow. It's a whole clown posse you have going on here. Bernini, right. They were all those guys. I said it last week on the show. The only guys, the sad sacks, the guys that never made any money. I mean, you know who they are. Van Gogh. Van Gogh. Wow, look at her. This, by the way, if dearest Julian, this reminds me of a book that our one of our favorite people and one of my all-time favorite people, Mimi RW, sent me when we were young. She sent me a book called Sleeping Beauty, and it's all tintypes, daguerreotypes of dead people. And they all mostly was before they put the pennies or their coins under their eyes to shut their lids. And they all kind of looked like this. This looks like a daguerreotype or a tintype. It looks like that old fashioned, which I love. And that book is very dark and maudlin. Beautiful stuff. Oh, look at this. Wow. My makeup may be flaking, but my smile still stays on. Freddie didn't write those lyrics. Brian May did, which is crazy. Everybody's like, oh my God. A guy read Freddie Mercury's boyfriend's book, Jim Hutton's book, and he didn't realize that Those Are the Days of Our Lives was written by Roger Taylor. And I was like, oh boy. You did a lot for him, but you didn't pay attention. Look at that. These are super cool. Wow. I love this. I love the clown posse. What a unique take, Sir Julian. What does that say? Jolly Jack putting on his Stein's clown white. That's the official white face for people who are clowns. It's called Stein's clown white. And why do you think I know that? One reason. Look at these people. They're all clowns. Look at that. Like some people have the noses that go around with an elastic band. Some people don't. Beautiful portrait. Oh, that's amazing there, Julian. Look at this. Clowns, yay or nay? Clowns creepy, clowns not creepy. I'm nonplussed by clowns. I'm not freaked out by clowns. I know there are people that are completely flipped out by clowns. I listened to a bunch of clowns for the better part of my life. They don't scare me. Beautiful stuff. Look at that. I always do a favorite clown with Julian, but these are two. That's it, because it looks like the Sleeping Beauty thing. Amazing. Look at this. Look at the contrast on that thing. Beautiful, Julian. A genius as always. Thank you so much. I love that people share their art here on the show. Isn't that great? What a beautiful way to start the day. Fergal McDermott. Here's Fergal. Now, who do we got? Saki. Hey, Saki. Oh, look at you, you beautiful beast. A true mackerel. Look at you. What a pretty cat. Oh, boy. Isn't that? And talk about great photography. He's always got some of the best watch shots in the business. Beautiful. Beautiful shot, Julian. Oh, hello, honey. Ginger. Look at that, you sweetheart. We love a sleepy cat on this show. Oh, she's got a clip a tail, a ear tip clip. And here that means that they're neutered. I don't know what it means over by you, but that's what that means. OP, what a way. You're on the OPP. He on the OPP. Beautiful. Beautiful Planet Ocean. Nice shirt, buddy boy. That's some shot, right? That's some shot. Why are you not responding to me right now? That's a catalog shot if I ever saw one, buddy. Beautifully, bravo, beautifully done. If I was in the market for a Planet Ocean now, that would make me buy the watch. That's called salesmanship. Salesman. Salesman. Beautiful. Big Blue, Speedy Mark II Racing Dot, and Casper and the Mini in the West Cork. He's in West Cork right now. Best go to West Cork. Hey, look at that. Hey, great shot. There's Casper and the man himself. There he is. And look at those beautiful beaches, right? That you only find in the West. The West is the best. Of course, as you go up, it starts to get a much more elevated. Look at that. Oh, man, did they do a job on that thing. Perfect. You couldn't have gotten a better. It couldn't have gone better. It could not have gone better. It's gorgeous. Amazing. That's Fergal. Oh, and Chris Ward. Look at that color on that thing. Man, you got Carolyn Martin crazy for Chris Ward. I just want to let you know that if she doesn't start buying a shitload of those, she's super up for them, man. And then we all are loving them. Isn't that great? Look at that. West Cork. Beautiful. Car is lovely. Congratulations. Drive it safely, my dear friend. Drive safely on those narrow and windy roads there. Amazing. Speedy Tuesday, Eminem Madness, Malkin Mindy Madness. Yeah. Oh, Sleepy Mork. Carolyn's also obsessed with Mork. She says she wants to go over there and steal him. It's like, I don't think they'll like that. Look at the beautiful boy. I like your color palette there. Gray, orange, purple, and teal. He's so sleepy and cute. What a sweet, sweet boy. Sweet boy. He's so beautiful. Oh, and then there's the devil herself. There she is. Look at that perfect man. She looks so much like my Glaucus right there. It's not even funny. Not even funny. Look at her. She's almost, I never noticed that before, but she's got like the black comes under only halfway and then the rest of it doesn't, which is unbelievably unique markings. Such a pretty lady. We love her. Mindy, she's the devil. She's the devil, but we love her. The devil. Hello, devil. Oh, so pretty. Those black and whites, I tell you, they're safe crackers. What is the word? Negs? I always get that word wrong. The word for safe cracker is a neg, right? Look at her. If they had thumbs, they would rule the world, black and white cats. They're just so insanely smart. It's not even funny. Unbelievable. look at you. These beautiful portraitures. You're taking some official shots. Look at that. Yes, you're so sweet, you kitty kids. Thank you so much, Andy M. and the beautiful Melly C. And Julian said there's details about the clowns. Let me go read about the clowns. I mean, let me go find that. One moment, please. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, when I pull up the Gallery of Bashtards, it just pulls up the pictures. So I have to actually go into the email. So you go. Having noticed my clown portraits are very well received, and Dirk, you were particularly impressed with them. Here's 12 more. I had up till 2015 been photographing clowns for 40 years. How crazy is that? I love a good carny, Julian. I'm an honorary member of the Clowns International Organization. What? Because of my health, I probably won't get to photograph any more clowns. That's not true. So many more clowns I got to know over the decades have died. And also, most of my contemporary photographers who went with me on those occasions have also departed Mother Earth. Gulp. On with the motley. Magnificent, elegant regards, Julian. Thank you so much for the story. How interesting. First of all, I'm going to show Paul all of these because he's obsessed with circus life and all that stuff. That is crazy. You've been photographing clowns for 40 years. Wow, Julian. That's all I can say is wow. And thank you so much for sharing those. Absolutely amazing. Martin Brown, you've got a lovely kitty. It is the incomparable ones. Oh, look at you, cozy cats. Look at that. Look at Bronson is huge, man. Holy smokes. Holy crapazoid. Look at the size of that beast. But what a big, gentle, lovely fella. Bronson. Oh. I see Bronson all over your sweatpants. White cat. Look at that elegant beast. Oh boy. Aren't you? You look like you should be in front of a library. Incredibly beautiful. What a regal. Look at the mane on him. The mane on that coon. Look at the mane on that coon. Gorgeous. Absolutely crazy. Look at this. You don't really realize how big Bronson is until you get that. It's amazing. Thank you, buddy boy. That's so beautiful. Thank you so much. He's such a regal bastard, that guy. Incredibly regal. He is. Vasilios, Habit Rouge. Hey! Look at you, Vasilios. Look at him. There he is with his eau de toilette Habit Rouge. Wear it in good health. And I don't know if you're married, have a girl, a boy. I don't know what your situation is, but you know, it's so sexy. You'll feel sexy wearing it. It's great. And the EDT is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at you. Isn't it a great bottle too? That cap is amazing. It feels like the crown on my Field and Marine because it's got that real click to it. And also, Guerlain, I just want to say, listen, not all sprayers are created equal. You know, here's my $1 million bottle of Escada, which I don't wear this because it's like an atom bomb dropped on you. But like the sprayers back in the day were better. This is metal. They're plastic now and they're made to look metal. Guerlain, they're metal. So it's very good. Vasilios, wear that in the best of health. And God, do you smell good. Oh, it was your wife's present. How sweet of her. Tell her I said that she's got great taste. Gallery of Bastards. You guys are amazing. Panel Power, Vikings. Let's bring it on. Oh, what's going on here? What's going on here? Panel Power, Vikings. Is this some kind of what is going on here? You are obviously on some kind of film shoot, my friend. Look at this. Look at those digital cameras now. Is that an Arri Alexa? I'm assuming that it is. That's unbelievable. Wow. Look at all that. Look at all the gold, the silver. Oh, look at you. You're on set, baby. That's amazing. This is from Vikings. Yeah. Amazing. Incredible. Great shots. Oh, look at that. Hey, oh shit. Come on now. What? I want to know everything that's going on in this shot here. This is crazy. Crazy. Jesus Christ. What's that about? Why did you just do that? Why did you just do that? Did I do something wrong? Oh, Gmail? Did I do something wrong, Gmail? I don't think I did. That's amazing. Oh yeah, every time I want to go back, it does that. So I'll just put there it is. Okay. I'm blowing it up too much. That's the problem is. Look at that. With beard, without beard. Tell us everything there. Tell us what's the story? What's the backstory back here? Give it to us. Give it to us good. Let us know the whole thing. That's very cool. Joe LaFar, IWC. Thank you, Joe. Joe's going to send us. Oh, look at this. Okay. All right. So here it is, guys. IWC on the show. The International Watch Company. Schaffhausen Automatic. Look at that. Big dials on those. They have big dials. You're an extra on Viking season 1. How cool is that? Look at that. Look at that watch. Very interesting piece. Look at that blow up. By the way, Joey, what kind of phone are you using? Because this thing is blowing up like it's going out of style. Like I could zoom in all the way. Yeah, it's pretty. Beautiful. The shirt's not bad. Nice. And he's got more. He's got more IWC. The IWC will pilot. Yeah, I love this watch. Of course, we all do. Everybody loves it. Yeah. I just love the pushers so much because I just think that they look like cannons. I always like that, and I love the hands, the sword hands. Yeah, I mean this is a classic. This is definitely a classic. You know, the pilot, the big pilot. Beautiful. There you go. There you go. For all of you IWC fans out there, that's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. Hey, here's a K shot. Thank you so much, Drew. And Heather and Andrew for the K of the day shot. Look at our beautiful K. Well, look at her. She's scouting out her dominion. Look at that. How beautiful is that? There's our K. I'm so grateful to you for sharing this with us. We love the moon swatches. We really do. But we really love Kay. And you know what I love most about Kay, other than her beautiful story and how she's beautifully fallen into love with your family and they into her, is that she just seems so at peace with it all because she knows she's safe. Beautiful Kay. We love you, Kay. We love her. Thank you for the K of the day. I'm putting all the K of the days in an album, by the way, just so you know. Drooby doo. All the K shots are all in a separate folder on my desktop for instant recall because we're so grateful for like the anniversary of her salvation, etc., etc. Border newborn, gonna call this Dirk. You gonna name? Don't name anybody Dirk. Oh my God. Look at that. Oh my God. Ray. Oh my God. Names are better when they end in vowels, aren't they? Look at that. What a beautiful baby. What a beautiful baby. Look at that. Look at proud mama. She's like, what are you going to do with my lamb? We're going to make it fat and make it big, and we're going to shear it, and we're going to make jumpers. Jumpers out of that. Guys, incredible. Thank you. That's the Gallery of Bastards. Thank you so much. The sublime, the obscure.
The Gallery of Bashtards. Send me the shots. The sublime, the obscure. The Gallery of Bashtards. You share them with me, and I share with the world.
Of the Tiger. I was a co-worker with Dale Lawner in a hi-fi shop before he wrote Ruthless People. Oh shit. He also wrote My Cousin Vinny and Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. Oh my God. I just did a scene from Dirty Rotten Scoundrels the other day. Do you mind if I use the bathroom? Thank you. One of the funniest things ever. Thank you so much for that. Let's give you a big bang boom for that. And thank you. Roar, roar the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight. It's great to see you. How are you, my dearest? We know you had a rough year, so Lady K, the new where's the donkey of the month, Ray Ray? Here you go. No, they're not eating them there. They're there for the woolens. They're not to be eaten there. They're not doing it. They're not doing the Tao of K. K looks so happy. She does. Andy M loves your IWC white dial. I love the shirt with the white tie. It is a great combination. Looking good. Drew B2 says Killer IWC. Here we go. We're going to you're gonna get me into it too now. And of course, a great shirt. Expect nothing less. Love that. Hey, Donald. Great to see you in the room, baby. How are you? Love that IWC. See, there's a lot of people. I got a lot of emails. Hey, you never talk about IWC. Let's do a show. Maybe tomorrow we'll talk about IWC. Would you enjoy that? Do you want that? We'll talk about it. We'll go through their range, their prices. We'll talk about that on whatever Wednesdays. Grail Watch with them. We'll go look at this vintages. We can go back and all that kind of stuff. Why not? Hollywood accounting lesson. Always get your money on the front, as no project makes money, so there's no back end payments. Well, I mean, maybe not now after post COVID and all that stuff. NDM clowns also make me think of Brian Dennehy playing John Wayne Gacy. He was a bad guy in the TV movie To Catch a Killer. An amazing performance. Was that Brian Dennehy? He played John Wayne Gacy? Wow, I never knew that. Atomizers, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Isn't an atomizer the one with the little ball on it with the thing? I could be totally wrong about that. I mean, like in the industry, they call them sprayers, but atomizers, I always thought of the one decanters that you put them in there and you got the little ball, like a lady on her tuffet in front of her mirror, being an elegant lady, right? Isn't it rich? Are we a pair? Me here at last on the ground. You hit. One of the most beautiful songs ever written. And I know there's going to be the whole Sinatra's is the best. It's not. I love Sinatra, but it's not. Best version is Barbra Streisand on the Broadway album, because she got together with Stephen Sondheim and they changed the end of the song to make it even more emotional. Frank does a great job, of course. Judy Collins did a great version. I know a lot of people are going to say that Sinatra, because everything, with Sinatra's New York, not written for him, written for Liza for the movie New York. Kander and Ebb, their protege was Liza Minnelli. Anybody watch that Liza Minnelli documentary? Something seriously crazy, funny, whatever. She's got the EGOT. She's got the Grammy, Tony, Oscar, Emmy, because she's a one woman show. It wasn't a great documentary. They could have done such a better job of it. Felt like watching a Queen documentary where everybody just blows snippets of other celebrities blowing smoke up your ass. I wasn't, as a pretty big aficionado on her career and her mother's and all that stuff. I was not impressed by the documentary. It was me. I wouldn't recommend it. But anyway, so New York was not written for Frank, but Frank said the funniest joke ever when he was touring with Liza and Sammy. He goes, this next song we'd like to do was, hey man, this song was not even written for me. He goes, this was written for a movie, and this was written for this lovely lady right here, Miss Liza Minnelli. This is called New York. And everything was going fine until I got my mitts on it. Very kind of Frank to be so candid about the whole thing, which is hilarious. Hey, Donald says, I think IWC is more exciting than Rolex. Well, it's certainly half the price. That's for sure. I mean, they're priced accordingly. Rolex is just crazy. The prices on Rolex. And, listen, we talk about who makes the best movement. We talk about who makes the best bang for the buck. IWC are certainly in that company. They make certainly the best bang for the buck with the movements and the quality of horology and the price. Pretty exciting stuff. Thanks, Drew, Panel Power, Donald, and yeah, everybody loves your shit. You've got grace, you've got style. Bowie started writing My Way. Bowie was written by Paul Anka, right? Did he ever sing it? I did it my way. That's how he would do it. Yeah. Many stopped using them. Yeah. Finally, yeah. Because whenever you see an elegant woman from the Victorian era, they always have one of those atomizers with the little ball in there. You see the beautiful mist. The beautiful mist. Incredible stuff. Uncle Frank did ask Liza if he could record it. And of course, we know what she said. Yeah, Uncle Frank. Well, of course, she grew up with him in her life, which is incredible. Imagine that. Imagine that. Pals till the end. And with Sammy, pals till the end. Incredible stuff. Imagine what the crap that went on in her house or her apartment or her hotel room because her mother was always dodging bills in hotels because she could never afford to pay anybody. The only constant in her life was Vincente Minelli. The only constant in her life, he was probably living with one of his millions of boyfriends because that's showbiz, kids. Incredible stuff. Yeah, it's incredible stuff. Yeah, and of course, yeah, that's just how it is. And Frank gets his mitts on something. What's your favorite Frank number? I've told you guys, "I'm a Fool to Want You" is my absolute favorite. I'm a fool, and he wrote it, co-wrote the song. Incredible stuff. Anyway, guys, that is the show. Thank you so much for joining me. An hour and a half today. Nice. Speedy Tuesday. What are you wearing on your wrist? I'm wearing my Speedy Reduce. I love you very much. I love all you guys very much. Guys, thank you so much for coming in and making this life absolutely beautiful. Panel Power says life on Mars was Bowie's. Oh, it was a retort. Is that true? I didn't know that. Joe LaFaro says crazy stuff. Thanks so much to the beautiful super chatter people. Andrew Wolkovich, Joe LaFaro, Rufus, and the handsome and beautiful and talented Jim Lassick. We love you. We know you're a busy guy. Life is a whirlwind, and we're here for you, my friend. Call me anytime. Love you, man. Roar the Tiger. It's so great to have you back on the show. So great. Thanks so much for the great stories and the super chats. Also, I just want to thank everybody who's a Patreon. Thank you so much. You guys make my world go round. You keep the lights on at the show. You guys truly rule the world. I love all you guys. Thanks so much. I'll be back tomorrow. Whatever Wednesdays. We'll talk about IWCs tomorrow. How fun will that be? I'll learn a little bit because, I know about the ingenieur and the pilot. I don't know a hell of a lot. I'm willing to learn, maybe I'll get turned on stuff. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Robbins Brendan. Thanks for coming up with the drop so fast. You're so smart. You guys are all the best. Guys, remember to say please and thank you and hold the door open. And if you meet somebody who's not so nice, give them a little bit of time. You never know what they're going through. They could be the nicest person in the whole wide world. Either that or they're just an awful, terrible cunt.